Hey, my name's Shan Su. I've been here about 4 years. A lot of my responsibilities revolve around managing the center and the production of Global Tea Hut, our monthly magazine. I ended up here about 5 years ago when I was working at a tea farm in central Taiwan, and it ended up being a conventional type of tea farm. So there was lots of agrochemicals, pesticides, and chemical fertilizers being used. And this was a time when I was just learning about the importance of organics. So I found myself in like a really difficult environment and situation. So I reached out for help and talked to some people. One person got back to me and she said to go to this place called the Tea Sage Hut. I booked 10 days at the center and I went there and just immediately fell in love with the place, the approach to tea, the community, the structure of the whole center. In those 10 days, I just immediately connected with everything and everyone at the center, and I was very inspired by the students there. So I could very well have seen myself also as a student at that time, and I returned back to the center and I've been here ever since. I love sending out Global Tea Hut so much because at one point I was on the receiving end. I was living in a different country, traveling around, and I would receive these monthly envelopes with tea and a magazine and these cool gifts. And so when I finally came here as a student and started participating with all of the production of Global Tea Hut, I knew how important it was to make the tea tins and line them and weigh the tea and work on the magazine and stamp the envelopes and do all these things by hand. And I'm a very mechanical kind of physical person, so I like doing that type of work. So I immediately kind of took to wrapping up the Global Tea Huts and sending them off at the post office, and it just connected me to the full circle of this process, going from the receiving end to then the giving end. And it connected me with a lot of the members, even though I was maybe just seeing their name and their address. There was this type of personal connection that was established in doing that. And then when those people actually come to the center and I recognize their name from sending them out for so many months, it's like I've already met them before. I really enjoy doing it, especially as it grows, because then we learn to be more efficient and we learn how to refine this whole process so that we can essentially extend it out to more people around the entire world, which is one of the goals of Global Tea Hut. What really drew me to this place when I first came as a guest was the meditation practice that happened daily. I really resonated with that there was a space and a time for daily meditation. The community was amazing. There was this support network, there were students, there were teachers, there was guests, and everybody was kind of participating together in this intentional community. And then finally, what really drew me here was the approach to the tea. I'd never experienced such a ceremonial or such a sacred approach to tea, and that really spoke to me, and all those things together really made me want to come here. It's a really unique place, especially because it's a place to cultivate yourself, and I also realized right away that it was very real and authentic. And immediately I felt this sense of family connection to people, like they were my brothers or sisters. This approach to tea is really important for myself and really for anybody else, because when you approach something with mindfulness, you can essentially raise it up to something extraordinary. We've kind of lost that ability to orient ourselves towards our everyday life in an extraordinary way. And if you can at least focus that on one thing, for us it's tea, it could be anything else, it helps you to then expand that into all the other aspects of your life.